Hi everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase web development series. In today's video, we are going to learn one of the most important concepts in CSS, the selector and specificity. This topic decides which CSS rule actually wins when multiple styles are applied. And trust me, once you understand this, styling becomes super easy and less confusing. And as always, the PPT and source code are available in the description, so you can download and practice along with me. So let's get started. So in this video we will learn what CSS selector are, different types of selector like element, class, ID, universal, and grouping, relationship selector, attribute selector, pseudo classes. Then we will understand specificity, cascade, and inheritance, and finally when to use or avoid important. And by the end of this video you will clearly understand which CSS will win and why. Now, what is a CSS selector? A CSS selector is simply the way we select HTML element to apply styles. Like if your selector is wrong, your CSS will not work. Simple as that. Selector allow us to target a single element, multiple elements, element based on the relation or based on states like hover, active, and others. So let's see them in action in the VS Code. So here I have a simple HTML structure. Let's write a heading 1, welcome to JDCodebase. Then paragraph, this is a paragraph. Then another paragraph, this is a paragraph with class. And one more, let's this time use the div. This is a div with ID, and add a class here, class info, and in this div add a ID box. So let's write the CSS here, style, and let's write for paragraph, and here color is the red. Let's see, yes, both the paragraph has the color red. And now let's write for the class info, color is the blue. Yes, no issue. And next is the ID. ID here is the box, and in the box BG color, background color is the black, and the text color is the white. Let's see, yes, it's applied. So here I use the paragraph tag, the element, info, the class selector, only that paragraph turns blue, and the hashtag box means ID selector, unique styling with black background. And remember, this simple rule is the ID has the higher priority than class than the element. So let's see the universal selector. In this selector targets everything on the page. Mostly you will use it for the basic reset. Like in the last video we already discussed about that. Star, margin 0, padding 0. Let's see, if you see now this comes at the here. If I comment that, see, this is the difference between that. So this just remove the default spacing that browser add, useful for CSS reset, but we should not use it for the heavy styling because it affects the every element and can impact performance. Next is the grouping selector. Instead of writing the same element again, same style the again and again, we can use the group selector. Like I have here, write h1 p paragraph and color is the green, and now both h1 and p becomes the green. See, both h1 and p becomes the green. Cleaner CSS and easier to maintain basically. Next is the descendant selector. This means one element inside the another at any level. Like I have a div, inside that I write the paragraph tag hello inside div, then a section, and inside the section add again paragraph, nested paragraph, and out after the that div just write paragraph outside paragraph. So if I write the style for this, which that is div and p, and color is the purple. So let's see, if you see here, this hello inside div and nested paragraph has the color purple, but outside paragraph has the only color is the green one. So here p inside div, even deeply nested ones will become purple, but the one outside will not. So next is the child selector. Like let's write the div this greater than and p, and color is the orange. So now only the first paragraph change, not the deeply nested one. So let's see, if you see this one, only inside div becomes the orange. So that is the difference between this child selector and the descendant selector by only simple div and p. And next is the sibling selector. Sibling selector is the, let's write h2 heading, then paragraph, para 1, paragraph 2, para 2, and if I apply the CSS h2 plus p, and color is the red. Let's see, you see this para 1 as the red one, because this is just below one, the sibling selector, and h2 this p now becomes background is the light gray. So this plus sign use select only the first p after h2, but this sign becomes the select all the following sibling. Like if you see, para 1 is the only one red because I apply the plus sign here, but when I apply the tilt, and then it becomes the light gray for all the next all the following siblings. So next is the attribute selector. These are super useful, especially in the forms. Like I write a form, and inside that input text, and let's write this styling for this input, and type, not tbody, type is equal to text. For that we have to, I want to write border 2 pixel and a solid one, and the blue the highlight. And let's write the one more input. Now this time number. Yeah, if you see, this form has the 2 input, one is the type and text, and one is the number, and I apply the CSS on the only on the type text one. So let's see, if you see this one, the border is the solid and 2 pixel and the blue in color, and on the number input type there is no styles. And we can also apply on this anchor tag, like this href means anyone, hashtag, and YouTube. And if I want to apply the, and let's say target blank, and one more is the for Google. Now target is the self. So let's apply the here anchor tag target, yeah, and target is the blank, let's say blank, and inside after that color is the green. So let's see, here I have two anchor tags, one is the YouTube, one is the Google, and the target here is the blank and here is the self. So let's see, if you see the target blank has the color blue one, the green, and the this one has the normal one. So we can target based on the attributes like type here, and the target or alt text, and the like in the image tag we can use the alter text, and very powerful in the real projects. Next is the pseudo class selector. Like these apply style based on the state like hover, focus, disabled. Like on the anchor tag we have a attribute hover, and let's write the here anchor tag, and on hover I want to make the color red, let's say black. So if you see these are two the anchor tag, the link YouTube and Google. When I hover on them, it becomes the text become the black one. And we can also complete with the form tag, input tag, like input, and on focus then border become 2 pixel solid, and this time let's say green. Previous time I have means this is normal one, let's say this is the, and when I tap it becomes the green one when I focus on the input text. So this is the beauty, and these are useful everywhere in the UI buttons, menus, almost every website uses them. Next is the concept is the, we see the child selector, sibling selector, attribute selector, the pseudo class selector hover which disable focus, and next is the specificity concept. So now the most important part is the when multiple selector target the same element, who wins. That is decided by the specificity. Example in simple tone, if I say, think of it like the power levels. Inline style is the strongest one, and second is the ID, third one is the class, attribute, and pseudo class, and fourth as the element selector, and fifth is the universal, the weakest one. And let's see them in the, if you see, if I write the rule weight system, the inline has the 1000 1k for the weightage in this, and ID has the 100, class, attribute, and pseudo class only has 10, and the element only has the 1, and universal selector is the 0 priority. So let's see a quick CSS clash in the VS Code. Let me write a paragraph tag. Wait, I already have many paragraph tags. Let's write here this P color is the red, and hashtag this box P color is the blue. Box 1 because I already have the box ID, and then write a paragraph tag here. This is para, and let's see, this is para, and the style the paragraph color red, And when I apply the ID here, ID box 1, then the color becomes blue. See, this is a para and the color becomes blue one. So this is stronger than the normal P or class. Next is the Cascade. The Cascade is simply the order browser decides styles, like based on importance, specificity, and last roll wins if equal. Means if two selectors have same power, the one written later in CSS wins. And the some CSS property automatically pass to the children like text color and fonts. Layout things like margin, padding, width do not have inherit basically. And yes, we can force behavior using the inherit, initial, and unset. Last one is the important. Important is the like shouting in the CSS. It forces your rule to win. Like if I write if I already see here the box one has the higher priority. If I write here important, then see this is para. All of the paragraph has the para text as the red text. So this is the important. But don't use it everywhere. It breaks the maintainability, and use only when absolutely needed. So selectors are used everywhere: navigation menus, cards, forms, hover effect, and once you understand selector specificity, and CSS become logically instead of guesswork. So today we learn types of selector, attributes and pseudo classes, specificity calculation, cascade and the inheritance, and when to use the note important. If you understand this much, you are already ahead. And that is for today's video on CSS selector and specificity. Practice this properly because this entire CSS world is based on the selector. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, comment and subscribe to JDCodebase. PPT and source code are available in the description. So download and start practicing. See you in the next video of the web development series. Thanks for watching.